Hey there, Christian here. It is March 31st, 2015, and I am just about 9 days shy of my 1 year on testosterone. So that's pretty incredible. But the reason I wanted to make this video today is just because I've had a change in my job situation, and pretty much the whole time that I've been making videos and talking about my transition, one thing that keeps coming up is transitioning in the workplace. And for me, it's kind of been a little bit different because I started transitioning at one hospital, and then since I was a contract employee, I was able to leave there for a few months and go to a new facility, and now I am back at the medical center where I was pre-T, and I changed everything there. And so I think I've had just a lot of mix in emotions these last couple of weeks, because transitioning in the workplace I think is hard, and I think that it requires a lot of self-confidence, not only in yourself but in your coworkers, and a lot of trust, I think. And you have to be comfortable with yourself and with your job, because it can create a lot of anxiety. And depending on the profession that you do, if you interact with people a lot, it's hard. Being misgendered is hard. People perhaps changing to your new name is hard. And so all of these things that we deal with when transitioning in the workplace is difficult. Not to even mention anything that you're facing outside of the workplace that is hard. So for me, I feel like I was really lucky. I had a lot of anxiety transitioning in a healthcare field, and a predominantly female healthcare field, working as a nurse in the neonatal ICU. And so just being a nurse, I think, is a more feminine profession. And so I just had a lot of anxiety as to how my patients would react, how my coworkers would react, but I feel like I was very blessed. I feel like I definitely was with the right group of people when I transitioned. They were fabulous about it. We had a lot of discussions, questions. I felt very embraced by them and loved. And so I felt very accepted. And it was hard at first being in that in-between genders where people didn't know really if you were a boy or a girl. That was kind of hard. And then people would constantly misgender me, like my coworkers and things. So that was not easy. But with time, it got a little bit better. And then 3 months ago, so it was like 9 months on testosterone, I was able to leave there, go to a new facility, and that was amazing. To just go in somewhere brand new and just be Christian and just be a male nurse was absolutely phenomenal. Was mind-blowing. I never ever had to wonder, is somebody going to say he or she, and how are my patients going to perceive me, or my coworkers. And even when I started to come out to a few people there, and more people, even though I didn't talk about it, knew that I was transgender, nothing changed, and it was absolutely amazing. It was definitely the break that I needed. At that time I was feeling very like transition overloaded, and so it was so amazing. It was just really nice and comfortable. I felt like I could focus on my work more. I had a lot less anxiety. So my contract was up after 3 months. I had a few life changes go on that I felt like I needed to take a permanent position. And so I went back to the medical center that I transitioned at and asked them if they had a full-time opening for me. And they said that they did. And so I started there last week. And being back there has been wonderful. I love my coworkers. I feel like it's a part of my family. So I feel like we have that sort of bond. Like we've been through stuff together, and they're like my family. However, with your family, as anybody that has begun transitioning or has transitioned knows, your family is the hardest, I think, to transition with, because they knew you before and you have to go through all these changes together with them. And so we are still in the transition process again with them. There's a lot of people that work there, so obviously I haven't talked to a lot of people, but I also haven't seen people in 3 months. And so being back there sometimes makes me feel like I have to like validate myself as a transgender person. I have to validate myself as a male. And so that has been a little bit frustrating. I also have to revisit that I'm transgender with people who knew me before that I haven't seen and that maybe I didn't come out to before. And so that's been a little hard and gives me a little bit of anxiety. I know that it'll get better and everything takes time, but it's just hard, like being in a patient's room and having to wonder again, like, is somebody gonna accidentally say she? Because it happens and it slips, and I get that, but it's hard on me. Like, it's hard to have that anxiety and to have to wonder. And you know, my name really isn't a problem there because I didn't have too much to switch from, so I got really lucky on the name aspect. But you know, it's been hard. And I don't know, I know that it'll get easier, but at the same time, like, I wonder, when will people just see me for me? Like, when will somebody that knew me before just look at me and just see Christian, that awesome guy, instead of that guy that was a girl that I knew as a different name? And you know, it's just like, people that don't know me, that just meet me, they just see me for me. They just see Christian, the guy, the male. They just see me. And I just wonder, when will the people that knew me before just see me? You know, I just kind of feel like it's time. And I know that I didn't come out to my coworkers until I was like at least 6 months on testosterone. You know, but still, I mean, it was 6 months ago. I feel sometimes like, I feel like I sound like a guy and I look like a guy. And I think it's almost made me question, like, this last week, like, well, what do I look like? What do I sound like? Do I still look like maybe just a butch lesbian? Do I not sound manly enough? I don't know. I mean, there's nothing else I can do about it, but I'm just like, what else do I have to do to prove to you that I am a man? I had top surgery, so I know that my scrubs and my shirts that I wear fit differently, so I'm like, I feel like I'm doing everything right. So like, what else do I need to do? And you know, the only answer to that is give it time. And that sucks because it's hard. So, you know, it's like a double-edged sword. It feels great to be back with so many people that care about me and so many people that accept me, which is so phenomenal. I mean, it really is. It's so awesome to have this amazing group of people that accept me and that were able to go on this journey with me. It is really, really cool. But it's also really, really hard. And so I guess just like my own family and even some of my close friends, it's been a transition and we're going to continue transitioning together. I just have to wonder sometimes, like, when will the transition end? Does it end? I mean, does it just... Are you just able to just live and just be, you know? So, I don't know. Those are just some of my thoughts, a little bit of my frustrations. And I know we'll get through it. Transitioning has been... it's been tough at times, but it's been very, very worth it. I feel amazing, and I love the person that I'm becoming, and I feel like this is definitely the best thing I could do for me, and I have no regrets. I just sometimes want things to either move faster or just be a little bit easier, but I know that the easy road isn't always the way to go. So anyhow, that's my little mini update, and I am going to be back in 9 days for my 1 year, and we'll just see what else I have to say then. So thanks for watching, and thanks for your support, and I really wouldn't be able to be as far as as I am, I think, mentally and emotionally without the support of the amazing people in my life. So I'm sure you are one of them, and I thank you a lot. So have a great day.